Tammy Roman has jokes about Tim Norman's thighs.
This young man who people have watched on his show, Sweetie Pies, I knew somebody that was personally entangled with him. And I was told by my husband not to call people names because when you say somebody's name, that means you send their phone.
What's
So
up,
I
Reg?
just told, so I can't say nobody's name.
Yeah, don't say
But,
that.
so from that standpoint of being, a black female, having children of my own, I could not imagine that someone would for instance, my daughter's, cousins. I couldn't imagine them looking at my daughters and be like, I'm gonna go get some insurance on Lyric, and then I'm gonna find somebody
Lyric, my girl, though.
because I need this check. So
That's
I
sick.
just, yeah, it was. What'd you think about it?
Yeah, I think he was. Well, I knew something was up with him when he brought it out here, right? When he brought it out here in L.A. and it was right in the hood, right in Inglewood, and he too busy trying to hobnob with celebs, and celebs don't pay. You know what I'm saying? So you better get out here and get with these people and stop trying to be a celebrity. And that shut down real quick, right on the bread. Shut down real quick. And plus, I'm nervous with hips. I don't with hips. I'm scared of them. I'm not going over there and get on the treadmill and do Zumba, but don't stand in front of me with your provoking body. You know what I mean? I don't respect it like that. I really don't.
Listen. And one thing he had was thick thighs.
Man,
Can't nobody take that away from him.
He go inside, they gonna be like, oh, he thick than a muff.
Yeah, and in a dark club, with the wrong lighting and a couple of drinks, you might be trying to holler. Them hips so spread. Did you have 2 kids, Tim? No, let me leave that man alone.
I just didn't see it, and that goes into the family disputes. I did see you post about family disputes and how they are not for public consumption, which I agree, and I'm glad you stood on it. What prompted you to stand on it, make that statement, man?
In the media, the week that I made that statement, everybody watched Master P have what I like to call a meltdown. When so many people are coming at you about a certain topic and you can't help yourself,
right,
but to get on social media and address it. So I felt like that's what Master P was doing, because he first he went after Monica, and then he went after somebody else, Kim Kardashian, and so I just felt like we were looking at a brother that was hurt, by everything that his family has been going through. And sometimes we don't know how to process pain, and when you think about, because I love P. I think P is one of the most low-key, humble, but extremely wise businessmen and entrepreneurs of our time, of our particular era.
This is
true.
What
I'm saying? So
yeah,
he's done the thing, and over the course of his journey, he's said out of his mouth that he's taken care of family, he's done things for people, and he finally got to a point where he couldn't do it anymore, and so people were unhappy about that. He also seemed to have felt that as it pertains to he had done, he took every road he could do, he had done everything he could possibly do within his power, and nothing was working. And so at that time, to hear somebody else come out and say, well, nobody was helping him, and so now we got to step in and try to see what we could get done. He was offended.
Yes.
And he couldn't hide his frustration, so he brought it to the gram. And I hate to see that, because what ultimately ended up happening, I watched this show called The Mix.
Okay.
that my youngest daughter is actually one of the hosts, and so I watch the show and support the show. But Romeo's a host on that show as well.
Oh, goodness.
And he broke down crying because he was like, I don't want to see my family like this, and is this gonna, hinder me from being able to interact with my cousins and my aunts, because outside of y'all having beef, we're still family. So what is
Yeah.
this beef gonna do to that? And so it just really made me just want to speak on, like, family business. My kids knew from the minute they could talk. If
Yeah.
somebody asks you anything that feel like it's some family, your answer is you got to ask my mom, and they do that to this day.
That's smart.
So
And
yeah,
I guess when I saw it, I just was like, keep your emotions, OG. You know what I'm saying? I know we're in the time we want to tell our business, but that's not for public. That's not for the public. Keep that amongst the dinner table. You know what I'm saying?
yes.
I didn't agree with it. And and P is
Well,
a smart.
social media got everybody f***ed up. Everybody tells everything, on social, like everything is on social media.
Yeah.
And so when you are a person who, like our business, we
Yes.
have to be on social media.
Yes, we
We're
have to.
constantly promoting something or talking about something, so we have to be on social media. But there's shit about your family that I don't fucking know,
Yeah.
because you don't put it on. So there's some validity to the thought process of keeping some things to yourself.
All
Some
day.
things are sacred, and the world does not have to be involved. And a lot of times the people don't even care. They don't want to be involved.
No.
You bring it to social media, now they feel, obligated.
Entitled.
Let me comment on this because you done brought it, But if you didn't bring it, nobody would even care. And so, that's what I think is a part of the problem. But definitely, family stuff should stay at home.
Always stay there. You know what I mean? And it was a good fact that that you did that, because I think with the platform that you have, there's a other side to it. There's a lot of family members that want to tell they business. My daddy did this, my mama did that. So that's good that you did that. And then that's unfortunate to see young Romeo, my middle boy, he loved him. You know what I'm saying? When he was coming up, they used to saying me, probably, I don't know how old the kid is, but just to hear that, that's unfortunate, because I have 3
Somebody
sons.
said Kim K started that.
She was trying to help. She was trying to help C. I mean,
she was trying to help.
But people forget Louisiana is a red state, so people forget that.
Correct.
That's a red state. You know what I mean?
Correct.
So he might stay in Angola. He might be there. You know what I mean?
I hope not. I hope not, because for nothing, he was convicted of the crime, but there was evidence and proof that he didn't commit the crime. You know what I'm saying? So if the bottom line for me is, if there is someone out there who can help someone who was wrongly convicted, whoever it is, I don't care if it's Tay grandma, if she done something, can get him out. Get him out, because he didn't commit the crime.
Did you say KK?
Tay.
Tay
grandma.
Tay grandma. Holy. So
she might take one for the team to get him out. Well, go ahead on,
man.
Gum that thing to death, grandma, and get C Murder out, because he was wrongly convicted, as per the evidence has proven.
Yeah. So we don't want an innocent man in there. He's been there for a minute. I don't know how long he's been there, but he's been there for a minute. So that's unfortunate. How was it working with Iron Mike Tyson on hot boxing?
Mike and I go way back.
Okay.
He used to be involved with a young lady that your family's your family, and then you have people that you just so close with that they end up being your cousin, and y'all are no relation. So there was a young lady that was a really close friend of mine that we called each other cousins, and they used to, they had a little entanglement situation.
Is that what they call now? Relationship entanglements now? That's what
Jada
it is?
has said it's an entanglement, and that's what we're gonna go with. Okay. They had a little entanglement. And so we would always go to the fights, so like that's the Mike that I remember. And so sitting back down with him on hot boxing was just, to me, it just felt like a catch up. Like the part that people actually saw that was filmed, we talked before that about, like the old
Mm-hmm.
times, and we
Mm-hmm.
talked after that about old times. But, Mike to me is a legend,
Yes,
and
hands down.
here, Mike is like one of those people where he has done some things in his past, and we're not going to act like those things didn't happen. But at the same time, what happens in his personal life, in his past, and what he has done professionally
Mm-hmm.
are two different things. And you can't take away the fact that Iron Mike is
Yes,
definitively a legend
all
and
day,
one of the best boxers of all time.
all day long.
So it felt good to sit and chat it up with him.
Man, that was big though, because I was like, two fighters is talking. That's the G shit right there. I was like, oh,
Oh,
no.
Thanks for tuning in to 9 Mag TV.